Alright folks, thanks for coming again. We're gonna continue where we stopped. We are doing solving problems, real world problems in linear equations. We're doing one variable. After we finish with one variable, we'll go to two variables, okay? So we intend to solve a bunch of real world applications of linear equations in one variable. Before we continue, please subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, and then you can leave comments or questions under the video. I will get to them. And listen, so what I intend to do, like I told you, I saw what they're having. I saw some questions they have in GED, GED test. I realized that most of those questions, they're all applications. So we're going to cover similar stuff here in one variable. We'll cover something in two variables, okay? So I just want to do a lot of application problems. Real world application problem. This is part 2. We did part 1. Part 1 is uploading right now. So let's get into part 2. We may have part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. I don't care how long it takes to finish the problems I have. We'll finish them. We may even come back when we review more stuff on GED and other stuff. GRE, GMAT. We'll review more stuff. We can even come back and solve more problems. Even though we'll move on to Algebra 2. And then from there to pre-calculus, we can still come back. Whenever it warrants, we'll come back, solve more problems under linear equations in one variable, okay? But that's the plan. Let's go. Alright, here is example 1. This is part 2, linear equations in one variable. The applications, right? Applications of linear equations in one variable. Every problem we solve will be word problems, okay? They all will be word problems. Alright, so let's real world application problems. Let's read that. What does it say? The United States earned 121 medals at the 2016 Summer Olympics. The number of silver medals earned was one fewer than the number of bronze medals. Okay, so US earned 121 medals, but then it says the number of silver medals earned was one fewer than the number of bronze medals. So keep that. This is here. Keep the comparing silver, silver medals and bronze medals. So our X should be bronze medals. Okay, the number of gold medals earned was 8 more than the number of bronze medals. You see that? So our X should be bronze. Bronze will be compared to silver. Bronze will be also compared to gold. You see, they're comparing bronze and gold again. How many of each kind of medal did the United States earn? So once you understand how to read this stuff, you take your Q from the first variable they used to compare with the rest of the variables, and then you should be fine. So let's go. We say let X be the number of bronze, right? Number of bronze, because they started comparing bronze to everything else. Number of bronze medals, okay? Number of bronze medals earned by US, okay? Okay? It doesn't have to do all that, but we'll do the first equation. The first sentence correct, and then we'll put everything, and then the second and the third one we abbreviate it. Be the number of bronze earned by the US Summer Olympic team. It's okay. US Olympic Olympic team, okay? Because that's what that implies. So then from there, he says that the number of silver end was one fewer than the number of bronze. So it means silver, number of silver end is x minus, because it's one fewer than the bronze. Okay, and then it also says the number of gold medals end was 8 more than the bronze. So number of gold that stuff acts funny sometimes. Oh my god. Let me push it there. Sorry about that. Oh man. Number of silver. Okay, number of silver, number of gold medal. He said, what did he say? Gold medal end was 8 more than bronze. So this is bronze and then 8 more. Okay, 8 more. That one silver, 1 less. See, once you get this stuff, ironed out like that, you're ready to go. And then see total medal end is 121. So what that means is x, the bronze. X is the bronze. Silver is x minus 1. Gold is x plus 1. All that stuff, x plus 8. All that stuff equals 121. That's the equation you're looking for. Once you get the equation right, the rest of the stuff is easy. You just have to read the problem carefully. Once you set it up correct initially, once this initial step, this right here, once it's correct, the rest of the stuff is a piece of cake, man. Okay? So we'll solve we'll solve the resulting equation, simplifying the left side, remove the bracket. We'll have x, don't forget, well, I will show you, plus x minus 1 plus x, x, not 8, plus x plus 8 is equals to 121. Always keep in mind, right? This is 1x, another 1x, another 1x. If you keep that in mind, you will not go wrong, okay? So we'll combine the x and combine the other variable on the left. The constant on the left. We'll have 3x plus 7 is equals to 121. And then 3x is equals to 121 minus 7. You see that, right? Okay, so next 3x is equals to, subtract 7 from there. What do you get? You get 1, let me see. You get, you need 5, okay, you get 114. Okay? Once you get 114, you get rid of 3 on the left side. You divide by 3x is equals to 114 divided by 3. Okay? That's what that means. And then I think that will give you it will give you a whole number. If you divide that, alright, go ahead and carry that division. You got 114 divided by 3. Yeah, it will give you 38. Okay? It will give you 38. So what do? You know that is, we just found bronze medals. So bronze, you can write it the way somebody can read it. Bronze medal is x equals to 38. And then to find silver medals, silver is x minus bronze minus 1. That will give you 38 minus 1, you get 37, you see? And then gold medals, okay, is, what is that? X plus 8, that means 38 plus 8, what is that? That is 46, right? That is 46. All right. So that's 46. Now, the best way to check, see if all those add up to 121. So you add bronze plus gold plus silver plus gold. Do they add to 121? That's how you check it. This is checking, okay? You checking it. So you have, what is that? Bronze is 38 plus silver is 37 plus gold is 46. What did they add to? You add all that together. Okay, I hope you see what, because if we made a mistake, we didn't solve the problem right, they can't add to 121. They can't. If we made a mistake somewhere. Okay? That's the idea, you see. So if you add that, yes, it's 121. 121, you see. So we're done with that problem, man. We are done. We are done with that one. Done. Alright, folks. This is the second example. Notice we're dealing with medals. It's all about Olympics and medals. Okay. It says Norway earned 39 medals at the 2018 Winter Olympics. The number of gold medals earned was the same as the number of silver medals. Alright? That's your cue right there, okay? That's your cue right there. See that sentence right there? They're comparing two things. And then it says the number of bronze, okay, medals earned was fewer than the number of silver medals. You see? That's your cue, because what they do, they pick up one variable and there are three variables being compared. They pick up one, they compare it with two of the other two variables. That's what happened there. You always look for your cue. See what are they comparing with what. Then he said the number of bronze medals earned was 3 fewer than the number of silver medals, right? How many of each kind of medal did Norway earn? Sorry. So you always see what are they comparing, man? They're comparing apple to oranges, and then they compare oranges to something else, to maybe pear or something, you know. So that's what is going on in most of these problems, okay? So the way we'll start, our Q is silver medal, right? So we're gonna say let X be silver medals, okay? The number they want there, silver medals. The number of silver medals. And then based on what is going to say, number of gold medals and was the same as the number of silver medals. So then gold medals, right? Based on what we see, gold medals will be the number of gold medals will be X too. Okay, that's what that is saying. Okay, that's what that is saying. All right, and then he said the number of bronze medal earned was 3 fewer than the number of silver. So what is that? Bronze. Then bronze medals. Yeah, once you get the gist of it, it doesn't matter how you write it. Just write it how you like, as long as you put all the pertinent information there. So the number of bronze is 3 fewer than the number of silver. The number of silver is X, then bronze will be 3 fewer. That's 3 like that. Okay, that's all. So with that, the total, what was the total? 39. So basically the problem is solved, man. So you say X plus X minus 3 is equals to 39, right? That's 39. Let me see. Yeah, 39. That's all. That's the equation you need to solve there. It's so I want you to, when you see this problem, think about it carefully. You can even use that equation and then put walls around it. You can put whichever was. It doesn't have to be medals, and it doesn't have to be silver medals and gold medals, and it could be anything. It could be soccer. Soccer scores by this team and that team compared with another third team, something like that. So let's solve this. We'll have x plus x plus x minus 3 is equals to 39. Remember, always remember, don't be confused. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Those are 1x everywhere. So you got 3x minus 3 is equals to 39. You move 3 the other side. 3x is equals to 39 plus 3. You move 3, then it changes, see? So that would be equals to 42. Okay, so get rid of 3 on the left side, you get x is equals to 42 over 3. You see that, right? I hope you see that. So if you do that, what is 42 divided 3 divided 3 divided 4? You get 1. 3 divided 12, you get 4. So it's 14, right? All right. So basically, it tells you bronze. Go. Let me see. Bronze, silver medal. Okay. So number of silver is 14. Let me see. Since silver and gold are the same, is that gold? Yeah. Number of gold medals is 14. That's all that is saying, man. Because you see, gold and silver are the same. And then number of what is the one? Bronze. Number of bronze, right? They say it's what did I write there? Bronze. Is that bronze? Yeah. Yeah, bronze. Number of bronze is let me see. Is x minus 3, okay? If that is x minus 3, that means 14 minus 3 is equals to what? Is equals to 11, right? So that's 11 bronze medals. So the best way you check, add all that, see if it comes out, the all comes out to 39. Alright, you add 14 for silver, plus 14 for gold, plus 11 for bronze. You add there 39, that is 28, 39, yes. So we're done with that problem, man. We're done with it. We'll move on to something else because we're done with it. Alright, folks, let's look at example 3. See what it says there. Venus is 31.2 million miles further. I think MI is mile farther from the sun than Mercury. The first sentence is AQ. Venus is 31.2 miles farther from the sun than Mercury. You see the picture there? Earth is 57 million miles farther from the sun than Mercury. You see, so you got Venus, you got Mercury, you got Earth, and then you got Mercury again. So there are 3 things there that they're comparing. He said the total of the distance from these 3 planets to the sun is 196.2 million miles, right? Then he says how far from the sun is Mercury. All right? He said distances are mean average distances. Okay, that doesn't matter. I don't know why they give us that information. What does it do? Because the 3 things are comparing distances, so we should be able to solve it given what we know. They don't have to give us that additional. I guess I don't really know what that additional information is supposed to mean. Okay, so let's reread it again. Reread that problem again. I think the first sentence gives it away. See, the first sentence says Venus is 31.2 million miles farther from from the sun than Mercury. From the sun than Mercury. Okay? And then he said 8 is 57 million miles farther from the sun than Mercury. The total of distance from this three planets to the sun. So don't let the sun confuse you. Sun is not any variable there. The variables will have their Venus, Mercury, and the Earth. So our first variables, you take your cue from here. Farther from the sun than Mercury. Take your cue from there. So let x be distance, okay? Be distance of Mercury, okay? Mercury from sun, okay? So sun is not important here. You just will look at the distance is the most important. Distance of Mercury from sun, okay? And then you read it again. It says Venus is 31.2 million miles further from the sun than Mercury. So what that means is Venus, how you say that? Venus or Venus? There's Venus, then there is Earth. Okay, let me see. Venus is 31.2 million miles further from the sun than Mercury. So that means if sun is that, if Mercury is that, then Venus is this. Further. Sorry about that. It will be that plus 31.2, okay? And then Earth, how do they compare? Earth is 57 million miles further from sun than Mercury. You see why we chose Mercury? Everything is being compared to Mercury. So Earth is x plus 57. All these are in millions, right? Okay. So you see the way I'm writing it? And then they gave you the total. Where is the total? So the total from the sun for all of them is right there. 196.2. So basically, don't let the fancy diagram confuse you. What they're saying is x plus 31 plus x plus 57. That's what they're saying. It's equals to 196.2. Okay. Now notice that notice that we have numbers with decimal points, right? That's, if you look at them carefully, it's 1 decimal point. So when you have 1 decimal point, you try to end up with 1 decimal point. You don't want to end up with 2 decimal points when you only have 1. That's the rule of thumb. I will check. I think that's all I know, especially in programming. If you do computer programming like Python and all that stuff, you hear stuff like that. But anyway, let's solve this problem. You remove the bracket. You have x plus 31.2 plus x plus 57, okay? All that is equal to 196.2. Notice this. Again, you always don't be confused. This is 1 here, 1x, another 1x, okay? So don't let all that symbols confuse you. So you got 3x plus, you combine this and that. What do you get when you combine those two? 57. You're combining 57. You can move it the other side, but let's combine it before we move it. 57 plus 31.2, right? It will give you 88.2. Is equals to 196.2. You see that, right? And then you move 88.2 to the other side. 3x is equals to, sometimes I jump a lot of steps, but by now you should be advanced. You see, minus 88.2. Sorry about that a bit if I offended you. 3x is equals to, you do that. What do you get when you do that? You gotta, do that first before you continue anything, you see. Okay, so you do that. What do you get? You get 108. You actually get 108. See, I like to put the point. I don't know because they have the decimal point. They have the decimal points on them. So those are involved with decimals. So now you divide, get rid of 3. X is equals to 108.0 divided by 3. See, 108, 3 going to 108, you get, what is that? 36 point, basically 36.0. I like to put, like I said, I like to put that 0 there. So what does this mean? What does that number mean? Right? That's what you have to ask yourself. What does it mean? It means go back. See, that's Mercury. Distance of Mercury from Sun. So distance of Mercury from Sun is X equals to 36, okay? And then what of distance of Venus from Sun? Distance of, see, we'll have it here. And then we'll have distance of Earth. Distance of Venus from Sun is X plus 31.2. So that gives you, given that X is 36, it gives you 36 plus 31.2. What is that? That will give you, basically it will give you 67.2, right? 67.2, right? I hope I did that right. 67. Yeah, that will give you 67.2, right? Okay, yeah, that's correct. So let's say, what of Earth? Mother Earth. Earth is what? Earth is X plus, what is that, 57? Let's make sure. Yeah, 57, okay. So we got X. X means 36.0 plus let me see, 36.0 plus 57. I'm blanking out. So that's equals to what? That's equals to, you add that, that's basically 80, 90, that's 93, I believe. Yeah, that's 93. So, like I said, you should put 0.0, but it's okay. That's 93. Okay, so this is the distance of Earth from the Sun, is 93. Distance of Venus from the Sun is that. Distance of Mercury from Sun is that. So, to check it, the only way we can check it, there might be other ways we check it, we say 36.0 plus, what is that then? 67.2 plus 93.0. What do they equal to? You gotta add all that. Do they equal to 196? Because we were given 196 from the beginning. Yes. Would they equal 196? That's what we need to figure out. So it's 36.0 plus 67.2 plus 93. Okay, yeah, that's it, man. 196.2. So we checked out. We're done with that problem. That problem is bye-bye. All right, here is the next example. Example number 4. It says that Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus have a total of 167 known satellites. The satellites are called moon, right? Okay, they have a total. They all have a total of 67 satellites, right? Okay, and then it says, it further says that Jupiter has 18 more satellites than Saturn. See, that's the key there. 18 18 more than Saturn, right? And Uranus has 34 fewer satellites than Saturn. You see that? I don't know if you notice what is going. You always look at what is going on. They just compare Jupiter to Saturn, and then they compare the Uranus also to Saturn. Always see what they're comparing to. There's one, there are three things they're comparing, but one of them is stationary. The others are compared to it. Okay? Then he said, how many knowing satellites does Uranus have? Okay, so Jupiter has 18 more than Saturn. Uranus has 34 fewer than Saturn. See, Saturn is the key. Okay? I hope you see that. Saturn is the key. So we'll say let what we're gonna do, say let X be the number of satellites, right? A satellite belonging to Saturn. Okay. Is that Satan or Saturn? Okay, but anyway, I'm just joking. So if that's the case, they say Jupiter has 18 more. So that means Jupiter, like in Greek tragedy, Jupiter has X plus 18 more, right? And then they say Uranus has that 34 less, X minus 34. That's all that is saying, man. So once you key in on the one they're using to compare to everybody else, you see what, how everybody else is related to that one. That's all. So you form the equation. The total is 167. You say X plus 18 plus X minus 34 is equals to what? It's equals to 167. Now, like I said, we're dealing with one variable. You only have X to worry about. Okay, so you solve that. Start by removing all the brackets. Okay, you have X plus 18 plus X minus 34 is equals to 167. Okay, 167, yes. So like we always say, this is 1x, 1x, 1x. Okay, so you got 3x plus now you have to be careful. You have to subtract. You gotta subtract, do the subtraction first, or you can move everything over without subtracting. It doesn't matter. If you subtract 18 from, let me see, if 18 be taken away from 34, right, you will have, let's see, 6 and 1. You will have 16, okay? So that will be 16 like that, minus 16. So it's equals to 167. So then you say 3x is equals to 167 plus 16. Okay, that would be what? That would be, put that there, 13.3, put that there, 1.8, it would be 183. Okay, 183, okay? And then to get rid of 3 next to x, you divide by 3. You say x equals to 183 over 3. When you do that, x will give you 61, okay? So that's how many satellites Saturn has. So Saturn has 61 satellites. Okay, what is that? Jupiter has what is that? X plus 8. I'm sorry, X plus, is that 18 or 8? X plus 18. And that means 61 plus 18. That will give you, what is that? That will give you 78, right? Is that 70? I'm sorry, that will give you 79, sorry. Not 78, I forgot the one. That will give you 79, okay? Alright. And then what is the other guy? Uranus. Uranus will have, what is that? X minus 34. X minus 34 satellites. That means, it means, what is X? We found X already, sorry. I don't need to repeat that. X is 61 minus 34. That will give you 61 minus 34 will give you what? It will give you, hang on a minute, it give you, okay, that will give you 27, okay? So Uranus has 27 satellites. Jupiter has 79. Saturn has 61. So to know if this we are correct, don't forget the total. 167 is total. So what you just, the best way to check is 61 plus, what is that? 79 plus 27. Is it equals to 167? I say yes. It's equal to 167. Yes, it is. It's 167, okay? 167. So that problem is done. We're done. We are done. Alright, here is the next problem. I saw a problem like this, similar to this in when I was flipping through the GED exam. Because after I looked up those books, right, I said, well, you know what, I'm gonna do, let's do a bunch of this. Maybe it will help somebody, okay? Now let's read that the sum of the measures of the angles of any triangle is 180. We know that. If you add all the sums of the one of any triangle is 180. Then you say in triangle ABC, that's the triangle right there. It says that angles A and angles B have the same measure. So this is what they call that isosceles triangle. When you have two angles equal. In isosceles triangle, if two angles equal, then those two sides are equal too. The two sides that contain that AC and BC are equal, you gotta be equal. Anyway, let me read that have the same measure. Why the measure of angle C is 60? What is this? A measure of angle C is 60. The drawing is confusing. If C is 60, then 60 minus 180 is 120. So that means the other two angles are 62. But anyway, let's see what it says. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read the whole thing. Let me read the whole thing instead of analyzing. Why the measure of angle C is 60 degrees greater. I didn't read the whole thing. Greater than each of angles A and B. What are the measure of the triangle? Okay. Alright. 60 degrees greater than each. Okay. So in this situation, there are three things that are being compared, okay? They're comparing three things: angle C, angle A, angle B. Alright, but they say angle A and B are equal, right? And the angle C is X. What is that? Angle C is 60 degrees greater than each. Okay, see, they put that in there. They put the equation there for us, X plus 60. You see that, right? Okay, so it's kind of giveaway. This one is a simple one. Let's then we're gonna say let X be measure of angle A. So it will be the same thing as measure of angle. Measure of angle. The same thing as measure of angle B. See, that's what they said, you know. So if it's measure of angle A, I don't want to confuse you. Let's clean that. If it's the measure of angle A, right? If x be the measure of angle A, so then it means x is the measure of angle B. Let x be measure of angle A, so then x is also the measure of angle B, okay? Okay, so then look at what it said in the triangle, right? The measure of angle C is greater than each of the other angles. So what he's saying is, you know, 60 greater than is x plus 60. They gave it to you there. Greater than B. Let me see. Is greater than B or greater than C. So that's what that is saying. Okay, and then they said that the sum of the measure of the three angles we know is 180. That's what trigonometry says. Okay, by definition, if you add all the angles together, it's supposed to give you 180. I mean, they help you with the problem. See where they say x plus 60. So basically what the problem is saying is x plus 60, okay, is equals to, that's what the problem is saying, is equals to 180. All this stuff are in degrees, okay, so we're not gonna worry about the degrees. That's all what the problem is saying. You see it, right? That's what the problem is saying. So then we remove the bracket, we'll have x plus 60 is equals to 180. I always tell you, look at this. This is 1x, 1x, 1x. So there are 3x. Okay? So that says it's 3x plus 60 is equals to 180. Okay? 3x is equals to 180 minus 60. Okay? And that, what is that? That is a 1. If we take out 60, you get 120. Okay? So x is equals to 120 over 3. Okay, so you divide that, that's 4. So that's 40. Okay, x is 40. You see it, right? Let me repeat that. X is 40. So basically, if x is 40, then angle A and angle B are 40 degrees. Right? So angle A is 40 degrees, angle B is 40 degrees, okay? And then this is angle, then x is also a measure of angle B. Okay, this one, x plus s, is a measure of angle C, okay? I didn't finish that statement. Measure of the angle C, okay? So then angle C is, what is that? X plus 60. X plus 60. That is that's the same thing as 40 plus 60, and that's 100. Okay, so we're done with the problem. We just need to check. We'll check and we'll see 40 plus 100. What is that? That's 180. So that's what we started with. The angles are summed up to 180, okay? And then we're done with this problem. We'll move on. We'll move on to something else, okay? Easy come, easy go. That one was easy, okay? Alright, folks. Here is another problem. So it has to do with triangle. I think it's similar to the one we saw before. It's the same thing. They're just gonna change the words. right? But let's read this. He says the sum of the measures of the angles of any triangle is 180. It starts with the same thing, previous example. He says in triangle ABC, right? The measure of angle A is 141, okay? Greater than the measure of angle B. It's going to the same direction. The measure of angle B is the same as the measure of angle C. You see, find the measure. See, it's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. That's what, they just change a little bit stuff here and there, but it's the same thing. Okay, probably similar to the one we saw previously. So what you do there is, let's read it again. We know when you add all the angles 180, nobody can change that. The measure of angle A, this time they say the measure of angle A is 141, greater than the measure of angle B. So we'll have to use angle B. Greater than measure of angle B. And you see angle B occurs here. The measure of angle B is the same as angle C. So angle C and angle B are equal. So we'll say let X be the measure. The measure of angle B, okay? Alright, so that's the same thing as measure. X should be the same thing as measure of angle C, because they say as B and C are the same. And then he says, what is that? Angle A is 141 greater than. So that means X plus 141 is the measure of angle A. Angle A, okay? The measure of angle A is that. That's all. That's all this problem is saying. Okay? That's all it's saying. Okay, so then you add up the stuff giving you X plus X, measure of angle B, measure of angle C, plus measure of angle A. Measure of angle A is that 141, X plus 141. So you remove the bracket, you have X plus X plus X plus 141, okay? So these are 1, 1, 1. Like I told you before, so 1x, 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 okay? So don't get confused there. So it's 3x. 3x, oh, I'm sorry, what did I do? I didn't equate. What is that, 180? I have to equate this to 180, sorry. You don't want to make a mistake. So that's what is going on there. So 3x plus, oh man, why is this thing moving, man? It's 3x plus, it's still moving, 141 is equals to 180, okay? Alright. So 3x is equals to 180 minus 141. You see that? So what is that? What is 180 minus 141? You take out 141. If you take out 141, what is that? Is 39. 39 remains. Okay, 3x is equals to 39x. Divide by 3. You get that. Oh, sorry. I'm jumping the gun. You get 39 over 3. Okay, 3 divided 3, 1. 3 divided 9. You get 3. So it's 13. You see that? So x is 13 means angle C is 13. Angle B is 13. Right? That's what that says, because you see we defined it here. Then angle A. Angle A is equals to, what is that? X plus 141. Angle A is x plus 141. That's the same thing as 13 plus 141. What is that? That is 1. What is that? 150. 154. Okay, that's what that is. Okay. So I think we're done with it. We just have to check. What you're checking for is you add the three angles together. Do they come to 180? So you say 13 plus 13 for angle CMB plus 154 for angle A. What is that? That is 26 plus 154, right? So that's 0. That's yeah, that's 180, man. That's 180, and we are done with this problem. Okay, let's look at example 7. It says the length of a rectangle is 9 inches more than the width. Pick up on that. The length 9 inches more than the width. Okay, the perimeter is 54. Find the length and the width. This is actually a very simple problem. Usually they will give you the perimeter of a rectangle, even if you're in the exam. Usually it's a given. Okay, usually the perimeter is given like this. Perimeter is equals to 2 times length plus 2 times width. Okay, all right, but you see, we'll let L be the length, W be the width, right? Say the length of a rectangle is 2 inches more than the width. So we'll say if we'll let X be the width, okay? Then the length will be, it will W plus 9. Right, W plus 9 will be because length is 9 inches more than the width. So I hope you get that. You gotta play around with this when you solve a problem, problem like this. Okay, and then they also give you that the perimeter is 54. So you have all the variables there you need. Okay, you have all the variables there. You know what? Let's actually we don't need X. Sorry, we don't need X because we know that the width W is the width. Let me see. We know because from the formula given to us, right? We know. Oh, sorry. I don't know why this does this sometimes. We know that the width, okay? The width is W, okay? And we know that the length, right? The length is L, okay? And then it said length is W plus 9 is the length. Do you get that? Okay, so you gotta be careful with this. You don't want to introduce extra variable that you don't need. We already got length and width. Okay, we got length and width. This is actually an equation of one variable. Okay, so how do you do that? Length is that. This is equals to length. Okay, right? They said that's the length. Okay, so the length will be eliminated from the problem. Be careful because you see the perimeter is 54, right? Perimeter is 54. You need to realize that P stands for perimeter, L stands for length, and W stands for width. So the perimeter is given as 54. So what happening? We'll have 54 is equals to 2L plus 2W. So the way you solve the problem, you have to eliminate the length from the from the equation, because length is equals to W plus 9. So you substitute that there, you have 54 is equals to 2W plus 9. That's what they want you to do. So look at that carefully, think about it carefully, because this is an equation in one variable. Alright, so we'll have that 54 is equals to that. They even gave you, let me see, find the length and the width. Okay, we're looking for the length and the width. Okay, so just keep in mind that this is the length right there. We're gonna get to that. Once we find the width, we'll come and solve that. So the width is 54 is equals to 2W plus 2 times 9, 18 plus 2W, okay? So we can move the unknown to the left. We didn't change anything. We just moved it around, okay? We can say, we'll combine this and that. We get 4W plus 18, okay? And then we'll move, let's move 4W plus 18. We'll move it to the side and then we'll move the one with nothing changed, man. Okay, so now we say 4W is equals to 54 minus 18. What is that? 54 minus, are you seeing what I'm doing, right? 54 minus 18. Okay. So 54 minus 18 is what? I hope you're seeing what I'm doing, man. Yeah, don't be sidetracked. Don't get confused, you see. That's 36, okay? And so we got 4W equals to 36. That's all. So we will say W is equals to 36 over 4. 4 divided 36, you're gonna get, I think it's 9. Yeah, you get 9. So the width is 9. So once we find that, we use this equation here to find the length. They said that the length is equal to W plus 9. Let me see, yeah? W plus 9, yes. Okay, so the length is 9 plus 9, which is 18. You see that? Right, do you see that? Width is 9, length is 18. 18 inches, okay? So the way you can check that, the perimeter, you can always check that. It's a perimeter, see, you can check it using this. Okay, 2 times length and 2 times width is equal to 54. Can we get that? Because we'll find a value of width, we'll find a value of length. Okay, so 2 times both of them. So 2 times 9, 2 times 9 plus 2 times 18, what is that? Is it equals to 54? That's what we want to know. This is 18 plus, what is 2 times 18? 2 times 18 is what? It's 36. Okay, what is 36 plus 18? You see? That's 54. So yes, this is this equals to 54? But we got 54 is equals to 54, which is true. So we checked it, man. So this is actually, let me see, this is check. We're checking here. This is checking. We'll probably finish the problem here. We're just checking. So we are done. We are done. There's nothing else to say about that problem. Let's do this one. We'll move on to the next one. You see the next example there? The next example, it says the width of a rectangle is 3 feet less than the length. The perimeter is 62. Find the length and the width of the rectangle. Again, it's the same similar problem. Remember, we just did that, man. You know, like I said, they will give you the formula of the perimeter of a rectangle. We saw that formula as P perimeter equals to 2 times length plus 2 times width. The idea is to eliminate one. See, there are two variables there, L and width, but the idea is to eliminate one because we'll turn it into one variable linear equation. That's actually a linear equation right there. Okay, the width of a rectangle is 3 feet less than the length. That's your clue right there. So, you know, this is the width. We don't need to declare anything because we got variables already. This is the width and this is the length. It says the width is 3 feet less than the length. So that means the width is the length is equals to, no, actually, hang on a minute. No, it's the width. Well, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, you can express it in the length or you can express it in the width. So basically, the width is 3 feet less than the length. So what they're saying there is the width is equals to length minus 3. That's what they're saying. 3 feet less than the. That's what they're saying there, man. You see what they're saying there? So don't read too much into that, man. If you read too much into it, you may get confused. Yeah, don't read too much into it. It's nothing to be reading too much into it. That's all it says there. Just read it carefully. I think I can do it the other way too, but let's not read too much into it. Okay? So, if the width is equals to 2L minus 2, right? Then you put that into here. Using also, that's perimeter. P is 62. You say 62 is equals to 2, let me see, 2L plus 2 times L minus 3. See? So we eliminate the width. You know, so it's okay, man. You can eliminate whatever you want to eliminate. So it's 62 equals to 2L plus 2L, you remove the bracket, minus 6. You see that, right? Okay, so usually we'll move L to the left and we'll move the variable to the left and leave the constant to the right. We can do that by switching things around, but then before I confuse you, let's do it this way. 2L plus 2L, right? We'll move the 6 the other side. It will be 62 plus 6, right? So that would be 68 is equals to 4L. So we can switch things around. We can say 4L. We didn't break any rule. 4L equals to 68. L divided by 4 is equals to 68 over 4. 68 divided by 4, what does it get? 68 divided by 4, you get 17, okay? Alright. Okay, you can check that. Make sure we did it right, okay? 68 divided by 4, yes, is 17. So basically that means length is equals to 17. If length is equals to 17, remember here. So we can find the width. Then width is equals to length minus 3. That's equals to 17 minus 3. So that's equals to what? That's equals to 14, okay? So the width is 14 and the length is so width is that and the length is that 17. Okay, you can check this. One way to check it is use that. perimeter is 62, right? That's what they gave us. They say perimeter, P is, remember perimeter is equals to 2L plus 2W. 2 times width and 2 times length, right? And they give us 62. So what would we find in length 17? 2 times 17 plus 2 times, we're checking in now. This is check. 2 times 14. Would these be 6? I'm sorry, 62, not 6. That's 62, right? Where is it? Yeah, 62 feet. If we do all that, will it be 62? That's the question. Okay? That's what you gotta worry about. So you do this. This is 34. And this one here is 28. So it's 28. 28 plus 34. Would that give you 62? I say yes, because yes, that's yes. So this is true. 62 is equals to 62. So that's true. So that checked out. We're done with the problem. We'll solve that. We'll nail it to the cross. Okay, so this actually, when I check the problems they said in GED, this kind of problem is all over the place there. You know, hopefully they will give people formula, the perimeter formula, but if you work with it for a long time, you cannot remember. Perimeter P is equals to 2L plus 2W. You know, do you know what? Well, I will show you in a minute. Let's look at this problem. The perimeter of a rectangle is 36. The length is 2 meter. I'm sorry. The perimeter of a rectangle is 36 meter. The length is 2 meter more than 3 times the width. Find the length and the width of the rectangle. Do you know? Okay, perimeter is 2 times length plus 2 times width. Do you know why that formula? That formula is intuitive. Because this is a rectangle is like that. One side is longer than the other one. And you have 2 of this and you have 2 of that. So that's why 2 times L plus 2 times W. That's why. You know. But anyway, so this is what is given. We can say 36 is equals to 2L plus 2W, okay? That's what it's giving us. But then he said the length is 2 meter more than 3 times the width. 2 meter more. So basically, if 3 times the width is 3 times the width, 2 meter more plus 2 more, like that. That's what they're saying. So you gotta read that carefully. That way you don't make mistake. Read it carefully. That way you understand it. You see, once you understand it, you know, 2W plus 2. I mean 3W plus 2. Okay, and that's that thing there is the length. This is the length, because he said the length is 2 meter more than 3 times the width. 3 times the width plus 2. That's all that is saying. So you can replace the length with that. So you get 36 equals to 2 times 3W plus 2. I'm replacing the length, you see? And then plus 2W. It becomes the equation in one variable, okay? Linear equation in one variable. You see that, right? Okay. So once you do that, you just simplify. Let's simplify before we move things around. Let's simplify. Let's see. This is 2 times 3 is 6. 6W. I'm removing the bracket. Plus 2 times 2, 4. Okay, plus 2W. See that? So we keep going. 8W plus 4 is here, right? Okay, so then we can say 36 minus 4 is equals to 8W. We usually put the variable on the left. Let's move it now. 8W is equals to, what is that? That is 32. W is equals to 32 over 8. So I hope you see that, right? That's 32 over 8, and that will give you 4. 8 go into 32. Okay, 8 go into 32, that should give you 4. Okay, so W is 4, the width is 4. Then what is the length? If the width is 4, don't forget that thing will form here. Then the length is equals to 3W plus 2. That's the same thing as 3 times 4 plus 2. That's the same thing as 12 plus 2. Okay, that's 14. So the length is 14. Okay, the width is that, the length is that. So what are they asking us to do? Find the length and the width. Okay, see, we'll find it. We can check, see if it checks out. What is the parameter? 36, right? Okay, we know that 36 is equals to 2L plus 2W. Okay, so what we want to do, does it check out? 2L, what is L? 14 plus 2W, what is W? 4. Okay, does it check out? 2 times 14 is 28 plus 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so you add that, what do you get? Actually, you get 36. So 36 is equals to 36, because if you add that, you get 36. So this is true, and we are done. You see how we'll smack that thing out? Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one is like that. The next one. Okay, the next one is like that. Let's read that carefully. It said the perimeter of a rectangle is 36 yards. The width is 18 yards, less than twice the length. Find the length and the width. You see the same thing. Okay, perimeter is equals to 2 length plus 2 width. 2 times length plus 2 times width, okay? Okay. Then it said the width is 18 yards, less than twice the length. Less than 18 yards, less than twice. So this is twice the length. And then it says 18 yards less than. 18 yards less than. That's like that. I'm sorry, what did I 18? Twice the, I'm sorry. I got it all switched over. I got it. It says the width is. So this is L. Sorry. You see it? Twice the length. And then 18 yards less than twice. That's it right there. I think they gave it to you, and you see the diagram right there. Okay, so this is the width. The width is that. Okay. You just take what is giving you, then you put it in the original. And don't forget the perimeter is giving us 36. So we'll have a 36 is equals to 2L plus 2W. And you're giving that W is that. You said 36 is equals to 2L plus 2L minus 18. See? You see that, right? 2L plus 4L plus, minus 2 times 18. Alright? I hope you see what I'm doing. Because you gotta go slowly, don't wanna mess up. Okay, 2 times 18 is 36. Alright? Let's see. Let's move let's simplify. 36 is equals to 6L minus 36. What the hell? Let me see. 6L No, there's a mistake. It cannot be. Hang on, we made a mistake somewhere. Just give me a minute. No, it's okay. We didn't make a mistake. I was just thinking ahead. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. Just forget about that. This is the same thing as, because 36 is here. If you move the other 36 over, it has to be changed. It becomes plus. So that's equals to 60, I mean 6L. I was thinking you move it over, it becomes 0. It can be 0. So I was overthinking it. So, okay? Alright, so that's 72 is equals to 6L. To get rid of L, let's move it to the left. We didn't change nothing, okay? L divided by 6 is equals to 72 divided by 6, and then that will give you what? That will give you 12. So L is equals to 12. If L is equals to 12, then what is W right here? If L is equals to 12, since we have W, let me see. Since we have W is equals to width is equals to 2L minus 18. 2L minus 18, right? That's what we had. Yes. Then this is the same thing as 2 times 12 minus 18. And that's, what is that? 24 minus 18. And that is, if we take 18 out, and that is 6, right? So the length, wait a minute. No, the width, I'm sorry. The width is 6, okay? Because I know we got the length is 12. So the width is 6, okay? So the width is 6, we got that, and we got this. Okay, so to see if we'll solve the problem, right, let's check, because we're not sure. If you check, remember the main equation is right here. Perimeter is that. Okay. Perimeter is 36 is equals to 2L plus 3. I'm sorry. Where did I get 3 from? It's not the length. There are 2 lengths. I mean 2 width. 2 width and 2 length. Okay, so it's 2W. So to check it, we'll put the values we got. We'll put W equals to 6 and L equals to 12. And then we'll see if it checks out to 36. That's all. 2L, what is L? 12? 2 times 12 plus 2 times 6, okay? And then we'll see, does it check out? This is 24. This is, what is that? This is 12. Okay. So it's actually checked out. 36 equals to 36. So this is true. And we are done. So we'll move on to the next problem. What is the next problem? The next problem says the longest side of a triangle is 2 inches longer than the shortest side. So there is longest side and the shortest side, okay, because triangle has 3 sides. The medium side is 2 inches longer than the shortest side. If the perimeter of the triangle is 20, what are the lengths of the triangle? Again, they should give you the equation of the perimeter of a triangle. The perimeter of a triangle, the perimeter is equals to, they give you the formula, is equals to A plus B plus C. By the way, what is perimeter? Perimeter is you walk around their object. If you walk around, if you start here and walk around, right? You walk around. You end up here. That's the perimeter. So it's A plus B plus C. The same thing with the perimeter of a rectangle. If you start here, you walk like that, and you end up here. So you have walked one of these, that's 2 of them. You have walked one of these, that's 2 of the length. That's what is going on there, okay? Okay. So let's see what they say. This is the perimeter right there. You said the longest side of a triangle is, they even gave it to you there. The longest side is 3 Oh, this is the longest side here. This is the medium size. This is the shortest side. It's 3 inches longer than the shortest size. So if we use the shortest size, if we use the shortest size, right? And the shortest side, okay. And then the medium size is so longer than the. See, they're using. See how they compare everything. They compare the longest side to the shortest side, the medium size to the shortest side. You see that, right? So the common thing is the shortest side. If you say let S be the shortest side, okay? Because we don't know. I mean, what else can we call it? We'll call it S, the shortest side, okay? And then he says the longest side of the triangle is 3 longer than. So the longest side, longest side is longest side is 3 times the shortest, 3s. And the shortest, what is that? The medium side is what? 2 longer than the hang on a minute. I'm sorry about that. It's not multiply. You can't multiply, man. Let me read it again. Sorry. The longest side of a triangle is 3 inches longer than the shortest side. So this would be if this is the shortest side, then it would be 3 longer. Okay, 3 inches longer. The medium side is 2 inches longer, so it would be as 2 inches longer. See? Longer than the shortest side. If the perimeter, see, they already give you these formulas here. Look at that. So you say if the perimeter of triangle, perimeter is 20 inches, what are the lengths? You see? So you got all this. The shortest side is S. The perimeter is 20 inches, right? So basically, remember the perimeter is, is S, shortest side plus medium side plus that's the longest side plus the medium side, that's S plus 2, okay? Alright. And the perimeter is giving us 20. So, but let's simplify this part. S plus 3 plus S plus 2. How many S do you have? 1, 2, 3. So you got 3S plus 5, okay? And this is the perimeter, but we're giving perimeter is 20 inch, right? So we got 20 is equals to 3S plus, don't forget S is the shortest side. Shortest side, okay? 20 minus 5 is equals to 3S. I just moved the 5 to the other side, so that's 15 equals to 3S. You get rid of 3, you get S is equals to 15 over 3, right? And that's 5. So the shortest side is 5. If that's the case, then see, we'll have this here. Then the medium side will be, what is that? Medium side will be S plus 2. That's 5 plus 2. And that's 7, okay? And then the longest side, S plus 3. Longest side, S plus 3. And that's equals to, since we have S 5, that's 5 plus 3. And that's 8. Okay? You see? So the way we can check that is, we can check it using the parameter thing. They gave us parameter is what? Parameter is 20, right? Let me see. Parameter is 20. So basically, you will have 20 is equals to all the sides together, okay? A, B, C. So one of them the shortest, one of them is longest, one of them is the medium. So we got three of them there. We got that, and that. So it will be 20 is equals to this 5 plus 7 plus 8. What is that? What is that in there? Let's do it the way we normally do it. You add all that. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus 7 is 20. So 20 is equals to 20. And this is obviously true. And we are done. So let's move on to the next problem, okay? I want to knock as many of them as possible. The next problem says the median side of a triangle is the same thing, man. The median side of a triangle is 4 feet longer than the shortest side. The longest side is twice as long as the shortest side. If the perimeter of a triangle is 28, what are the lines? See, it's the same problem, but they change the numbers. Because you see, they're comparing the medium to the shortest. You see that? And they're comparing the longest again to the shortest. You see that? And the perimeter is that. So remember we said perimeter is equals to A, B, C. One of them is the medium, one of them is shortest, one of them is the longest. We are given 28 is equals to A, B, C. Okay? So we don't know which one is the longest. We don't know which one. We say let's S be the shortest. Let this be the shortest, okay? Like we did in the previous problem. Okay, so then what are they talking about the shortest? Shortest compared to medium, what did they say? They say medium of the triangle is 4 foot longer than the shortest. So medium is 4 foot longer. So that medium is S plus 4. And then they also said the longest, the longest is what? The longest is twice as long as the shortest. So the longest is what is that? Twice as long as the short. So 2 times S. You see that, right? So see, we'll have that, and we'll have that in terms of S. So we say S plus 4 plus 2S, okay? That's what, these are the things here. It's equals to P. Well, we'll know P. It's equals to 28. So we'll solve. That's what we're looking for. Okay? That's all that is saying. Alright, so look at it carefully. Make sure you understand it. That's all it's saying, man. It's not saying more than that. If you're not seeing that, if you're not seeing that, look carefully. You're gonna see it, okay? Okay, so let's combine the thing on the left. You have let me see, you have S plus 4 plus 2S, okay, it's equals to 28. You have that's 2S, that's 1S, that's 1S, that's 4S plus 4 is equals to 28. So that's 4S is equals to what? Equals to 28 minus 4. And that will give you 24, okay? And then S is equals to, get rid of 4. 24 over 4. What is that? 24 divided by 4, what do you get? 24 divided by 4, you get 6. Because 12 you divide, you get 3. Okay. So the shortest side, S, is equals to 6. Then if you get that, then the medium side, this is the shortest side. The medium size, right? Medium will be, I see up there, M, right here. Medium will be S plus 4, which is the same thing as 6 plus 4. and that's 10. Medium side will be 10. The longest side, right? You see it up there, right here. The longest side will be 2s. That means 2 times 6. That's 12. So we got all the sides right here. You see it, right? All the three sides are there. So the question would, if you add, using what we know here, with the three sides add to 28. That's how we check it. Check. If it doesn't check, then we did something wrong. So it's 6 plus 10 plus 12. Is that 28? Is that, what is that then? Is that 28? This plus that is 20. 22 plus 6 is 28. Yes, this is 28. So it checked out. So we are done with that one, man. There's nothing to do there again. I'm gonna make this larger. Just give me a minute. I don't know why it's so small. I gotta make it a little larger. Make this larger like that. That way it can be seen in the video. You gotta make it as large as possible. Now look at that. Look at that. I think it's inside. The two sides of a triangle have the same length. The third side measures 4 meters less than twice that length. What? The third side measured 4 meters less than twice, or twice the length of the other two sides. That's what he said. The perimeter of the triangle is 24 meters. Find the length. Okay. I know what they're saying. It's a little bit worded, it's confusing the way they worded it, okay? So basically what they're saying there is, so basically it's this form of triangle. It's what they call isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. If the two sides are equal, just like that, isosceles. This side and that side are equal. Okay, so we don't know what that's. That's what they're saying. Okay, but we know that perimeter of triangles A, B, C. These are the sides. A, B, C are the sides of the triangle, right? We are given 24 is equals to A, B plus C. We need to determine all these sides, and he said two of them are equal, right? Two sides of triangle have the same length. So basically two sides have the same length, so that will be, let's decide with the same length be, let's call it S. Let S be the side that are equal. That are equal, right? Okay. So we said that. So that means 24 is equals to 2s. You see, 2s plus some. Let's call it. Let's call that one, well, we'll call it C for now. Okay. Then he said the side measures 4 meters less than twice that length, the length that are equal. Okay. The third side measures 4 meters less than twice that length. So what they're saying is less than twice. So twice S. Okay, twice S, and then it says the third side measures 4 less than twice. That's minus 4. So this is the third side, which is that one, because these two sides are equal. So let's replace that in that equation with that. So we'll get 24 is equals to 2s plus 2s minus 4. See, that's a linear equation in one variable. So that's 24 is equals to 2s, we remove bracket, that is 2s minus 4, okay? So that's the same thing as 4s minus 4. Okay, so that's the same thing as 24 plus 4 is equals to 4s, okay? So that's 28 equals to 4s. And that's basically that's 4s equals to 20. I switch things around. That's s is equals to 28 over 4. So if you take 28, alright, so that would be s equals to 7, okay? 28 divided that, you get 7 there. So basically the shortest, let's decide with the side. Okay, the equal side is s. So that means the longest side, let me see, the third side, they call this the third side. The third side, and that's right here, the third side, okay? The third side. That's how we'll find that. Okay. Then it says find the length of the three sides. Okay. So the two sides that are equal are each are like that. So the third side based on what we'll set up there is equals to 2s minus 4, which is the same thing as 2 times 7 minus 4. What is that? That is 14 minus 4. That is 10. The third side is 10 inches. Alright? What are the measurements? Is it 10 inches or 10 meters? Okay. So we'll have two sides. That length. The other side, that length. But you see, the parameter is all the sides, right? And it's equals to. So the way we check, see if we did anything wrong is we check. Okay, the parameter, what is that? Parameter is 24. So we'll say 7 plus 7, they equal, remember? Plus 10, the third side. And they equals to 24, right? What is that? 24, yeah. Parameter is 24. And they equal to 24. We'll see. That's 14 plus 10, right? And they equal, is that equals to 24? Yes. 24 is equals to 24, and we are basically done. So let's move on to the next problem. I want to get as much in here as possible. Oh, God. Just give me a minute, man. I want to make it as large as possible. That way, when it's in the video, people can see it. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay. So we'll read that. What does that say? This is example 14. What does it say? It says that two sides of a triangle have the same length. The third side, it's the same thing we did. They just switched the number, man. The third side measures 6 yards less than 3 times that length. The perimeter of the triangle is that. Find the length, the length of the three sides. Okay, it's the same thing we did. We almost hang on a minute. What is this doing? We almost know. We know that the perimeter, right? We know that perimeter is A, B, C of a triangle, and they tell us that perimeter is 19 yard. A plus B plus C. Okay, see what it tells us to. Two sides of the triangle have the same length. Okay. The third side measures this less than 3 times that length. When they say that length, that's this length here. Okay. Let's say this side S is the side, the two sides that are the same, and that is S. And then he said the third side measures 6 yards less than 3 times. And this is the equal side, okay? equal size is S, okay? So it says the third side measures 6 yards less than 3 times that length. So 3 times S, 6 yards less than minus 6, okay? This is equals to the third side, okay? Third side. Okay, you see that, right? The equal size is that. Okay, so let's say if these two are equal, C is the third side. So we said 19 is equal to S plus S because they are equal, plus the third side, which is C. 3S minus 6. That's the equation they want us to solve. That's all they say, man. So we simplify. 19 is equals to 2S. We remove bracket plus 3S minus 6. What is that? 19 is equals to 5S. You see that? 2 and 3. 5S minus 6. So 19 minus plus 6. We'll move 6 over. Is equals to 5S, okay? What is that? That is 25. This is 25 is equals to 5S. We can put this, put the variable on the left to 25. We didn't change nothing. We get rid of 5. We get S is equals to 25 over 5. You divide 25 with 5, you get 5. So the equal side is 5. Okay, that's all that is saying, man. If the equal side is 5, right? Then the third side, which is this one, where is the third side? Right here. You know, if the equal side is that, you see what I'm doing, right? Then the third side will be third side, right? Third side will be 3S minus 6, which is the same thing as 3 times 5 minus 6. What is that? That's 15 minus 6, right? It's 15 minus 6. Can you see that? Sorry. 15 minus 6, right? Okay, that's the same thing as 9. So the third side is 9. So what that says, since these two sides are, two of them are equal, the S are equal, there are two of them, right? So to check this, if we did anything wrong, you see, we check it. You remember they say if you add all that stuff, if you add the three sides, you get that. So the three sides S plus third side, okay? Remember what we got? We got 5 plus 5, because the two sides are equal, man. 5 plus 5 plus third side is 9. What is that? That's 10 plus 9. That is equals to 19. Is that what is given? Yep. See? Perimeter is 19. So we are done with this problem. See? So we'll move on to such another one. That's that one there. We are done with that one. We don't want to deal with that anymore. We're done. Okay. This one, what is that? It says one of the longest fashion catalogs in the world was published in Hamburg, Germany. Each of the 212 pages in the catalog measured 1.2 meter by 1.5 meter. What was the perimeter of a page? What was the area? So a page is like, it's a square, because it's not, well, it's not a square. You know, a square has all the sides, right? A square has all the sides equal. But what they're giving us, the sides are not equal. So a page is actually rectangular. Right here, it's a rectangular. They see the drawing there? It's rectangular. So a page in that thing is rectangular because the sides are not equal. So what is this? Each page is each of the two. Okay, there are a total of 212 pages in the catalog measured. What was the perimeter of the page? What is perimeter right there? You remember we did that before. Perimeter of a rectangle. Consider a page. The page is a rectangle. All right. The perimeter of a rectangle is P is equals to 2L plus 2W. That's 2 times the width and 2 times the length. Okay. So they actually gave us the width and the length. So basically, I don't know. This is a simple problem. So then perimeter will be, since we given this is the length, and because that one is longer than the other one. So the length is, well, it doesn't really matter. 1.5 times 2, okay, plus 1.2 times 2. It really doesn't matter which one, because you multiply each by 2 anyway. So if you multiply that, what do you get? I hope you see what I'm doing, right? Because you want to get the perimeter first, okay? Once you get the perimeter, then you see what you do. So this is 3, and this one is what? What is that there? I said it's decimal. We dealt with that in the past. If we multiply by that, you get 2.4, okay? I hope I did. Yeah, this is because if you add that to us, it's 2.4, sorry. So if you keep going, what is that? Is 5.4. That's the perimeter. Okay, so that's what they're asking. What is the perimeter? We got that. What was the area? The perimeter, the area of what is the area of a rectangle? So again, they will give it such an information. Area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, area of a rectangle is equals to length times width. Okay, so you do that is 1.5 times, what is that, times 1.2. okay, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for more than that. Like I said, if you're in an exam, they will give you all the formulas you need. But think about it, length times width, because it has 2 widths and it has 2 lengths. So it's just length times width. It's not complicated. You see, so if you do that, you get 1.8, okay? That's the area. Alright, so that's really not a complicated problem. I don't know how you, I guess we could check this. Well, yeah, I don't know how you check this. There's really nothing to check because they gave us, what happened, they gave us the, if we were given the formula, given the data, they gave us the data there, right? So there's really nothing to check. There's nothing to check, man. Oh, the one thing I forgot is meters, right? So this is sorry, you gotta put and this is meter times meter, because it's that would be meter squared, okay? Sorry, let me rewrite it, because when you get to physics, you see why that thing is important. That would be the same thing as 18 points meter squared, okay? Okay, so we're done with that one. We'll move on. Let's see. Yeah, we're done with that one. Let's move on to this one. What does that one say? That one says, hang on a minute. What am I doing up there? Here we go. It says that one of the world's largest, what is that? Mandalas sand painting measures 12.24 meter by 12.24 meter. That's square. See, that's square, man. What is the perimeter of the sand painting? To the nearest 100 of a square meter. What is the area? Okay, see, the same is like the other problem. So they will give you the formula for the perimeter of a square. Okay, based on what we know, the perimeter of a square will be 4s because the sides are equal, right? 4 sides, 4s, okay? And the area, they will give you all this formula. The area is s squared because it has the same 4 sides. Okay, so perimeter is what? 4s, and you're given the same measure, 12.24 times 12. So basically that's s. So that's I'm sorry. Perimeter will be 4 times 12.24 meter. What is that? So you gotta use what we learn from arithmetic. You multiply that out, okay? If you multiply that out, you get 48.96. This is perimeter, it's meter, okay? And then the area will be s squared. That would be 12.24 squared, okay? If you square that, what do you get? What is a square? You multiply it to y's, okay? That's what a square is. In case you don't know, you see, you multiply that into y's, you get 149.8 meter squared. I think that's what you should get, meter squared, you see. You can, what is the problem say again? The problem says you have to, it says to, let me see. Alright, the only thing I think we did a good job, but the only thing I will correct, notice there are 2 decimal places. Actually, when I did this, what I got there is, I got 0.8118. So if we approximate that, to put it in 2 decimal places, it will be 149.82 meter, okay, in 2 decimal places. See right there, because we are given 2 decimal places, okay. All right, so we're done with that. There's nothing to check because they gave us the data, and then they're gonna give us the formula, and then we'll put the data into the formula and we'll solve it, okay. All right, folks, look at the example number 17. The area of a triangular road sign is 70 square foot. If the base of the sign measures 14 foot, what is the height of the sign? Now, they're playing with words there because in the exam, I think they may give you the area of a triangle, because you gotta understand. So this is how they normally show you the area of a triangle. They go like this and they go like that, okay, and they go like that. This is another side here, this is side here. So they give you C, that side C, that side B, that side A, that side, that's a height. This is a height, the height of that thing. No, that's, yeah. And B is considered the base because the triangle is laying down like that. So when they say area of a triangular road sign is 70 square feet, if the base of the sign measures, okay. So what they're saying, this the base here is 14 foot, okay. They want to know the height. This is the height. But we do know that the area of triangle, they will give it to you in the exam. Area of triangle, let me see, sorry. We know that the area of triangle is given like this. It's half half the base times height. You see that? Half the base right here times the height. This is the height right here. Okay. So then it's given that the area is 70 square foot and the base is that. So what they're saying is area 70 square foot is equals to half. What is the base? 14 times the height. See? So you're giving all that stuff, they want you to solve for height. That's all. This is a linear equation in one variable. So to remove the half, it really doesn't matter. We can leave it there. We'll say 70. What is half of 14? Half of 14 is 7. 7h, right? And then we'll say, we can put it here, 7h is equals to, we'll put it on the left side. And we'll remove h. We'll remove 7. Divide by 7. It's 70 over 7. 7 divided that is 1. And then 10, you see? So that would be 10, you see? You see that? Do you see that? This one is a piece of cake if you can see it. You see what I'm saying? It's actually a piece of cake. But you gotta know the only thing is they gotta give you the area, the area of the triangle. They don't give it to you, you may get confused, man. So that's actually 10 feet, you see. Okay. So don't be confused. If they give you this formula, then everything is a piece of cake. They don't give it to you well. Sometimes it's better to know it, memorize it before you go to the exam. Okay? So let's move on. We're done with that one. That one is finito. Okay, so we'll move on here. What is this one here? It said the area of a triangle. That's the same one. No, it's not the same. This is different, but it sounds, yeah, it's different. You see the same thing, but it's different. I thought I copied it wrong. Area of a triangle advertising banner is 96 feet. If the height of the banner measures 12 feet, what is the measure of the base? Again, they're playing game. They just want you to get the base. The previous one we did wanted you to get the height. Here they want you to get the base. So basically what they did is this. They give you this. What was that? Half height times base, right? Let me see if I did it right. Yeah, half base times height. It doesn't matter. Let me change that because people memorize it a certain way. Base times height, okay? Alright. So you are given the A. The A there is 96 and is equals to half the height. So B times 12. You see that? That's what you give it, man. So there's nothing to be scared of. Okay, so you can say 96 equals to, what is it? If you divide 12 by 2, what do you get? You get 6, right? That's 6B right there. Okay. You can say 6B is equals to 96. It didn't change anything. B, the base is equals to 96 over 6. I hope you see that. So it's a matter of the formula. The formula of the object, the geometrical object they want you to find. If you know the formula for the area, right? If you know the formula for the area, then the rest of the stuff is easy. So if you do that, you get 16 right there. Okay, so if you gotta know that formula. See, I don't know. When I do the math for GED, I will see if they give you those formulas or not. So I will deal with that when I get to that section of my YouTube channel. Okay. So basically, you're looking for the base. The base is right there, and then we move on. We'll move on to the next one. What is that one say? That one says, just give me a minute. That's that one says that one of the largest drums ever constructed was made from Japanese cedar and cowhide with radius 7.87 feet. See, they showed it there. Okay. What was the area of the circular face of the drum? What was the circumference of the drum? Oh Lord, round answers to the nearest 100. See? So basically, this requires another formula. You need a formula. Let me see, circular, right? It says circular and circumference. You need a formula of a circle, right? Formula of an area of a circle, the circumference of a circle. I'm pretty sure they will give you well, I don't want to say I'm pretty sure. The question is, if you go to exam, would they give you that? I'll find out though. You know, some schools will give you a sheet containing formula, okay? But I do know that the area of a circle, right, is pi times radius squared. The radius is that. See, it's given to you like 7.87. That's the radius, right? So, and the circumference. The circumference of a circle, it has a formula too. The circumference of a circle, let me see if I can find. Yeah, the circumference, yes. The circumference of a circle, C, is equals to 2 pi r. You know, again, the circumference, if you go around it like that, if you start here, you go around and then you end here. Okay? It's just like the perimeter, but it's called the circumference. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, so if we have all this formula, it says, okay, what was the area of the circular face of the drum? Okay, so the area is equals to pi. Pi is a number. Radius is 7.87. We square it, see? Basically, pi is 3.14. Okay, I hope I remember. 3.14, 7.87 squared. Okay, that's what you want to tackle with right there. You know, so you want to first find, multiply 7.87 to y's. Okay, because if you multiply it to y's, that will give you the square. Okay, all right, so that would be pi 3.14 times 61.9. How many? Yeah, let's leave it like that because there are 2 decimal places given in the problem. Okay, so if you do that, what do you get? You're gonna get, what you're gonna get is you get see 194.449. What is that? This is the area. The area has to be the area, I don't know. Well, that's what they're looking for there. That's what they're looking for. Then the circumference, like I said, circumference is that times r. R is given, all right? See, r is given as 7.87. Okay, that's what r is. So what they want us to do, find what was the circumference of the drum. So you say 2 times 3.14. all right, the radius is 7.87. see, that's all. Somebody was even telling me that if you do GED, they give you, it comes with a calculator. I mean, they should. Sometimes I really don't understand it. Even if you go to work, they're gonna give you a calculator. So why not give you a calculator when you're doing the work? You see what I'm saying? That way you might as well learn the proper way. This is 49.42. Okay? That's the circumference. And this is feet. Let me see. This is given in feet. Yeah. So the area should be, is that a feet squared? Yeah. Area will be square foot right there. Okay. So we're done with that one, man. There's a similar problem given to us here. So let's knock it out. And I think after we knock this, I think I may end this thing up here. And then we'll continue from where we stopped, okay? Let's read that. He said a drum played at the Royal Festival Hall in London had a radius. You see the same problem. Radius is different. Okay? What was the area of the circular face of the drum? What was it? See, they're asking the same thing. So we got circumference and we got area. Area is pi r squared, right? Area was to pi r squared, and circumference is, what is that? So 2 times pi r. 2 times pi r. That's all they're saying. The only variable changing there is the r. R is right there. So the area is 3.14 times let me see, times 6.5 squared. Okay, and the circumference is 3.14 times 6.5. That's all. That's what we're looking for, man. It's not more than that. Okay. So what you do, you multiply that out. Like I said, they will give you a calculator. But if they won't give you a calculator, you just use the long multiplication we did before, to get the solution, okay? So that will give you, this will give you 132.67. This is foot squared. That's what that will give you. Okay. And then this one will give you let me see, 2 times pi. I don't really know why they give that number special name, pi. I should know because I studied mathematics, you see. I should know, but I don't know. Actually, I do know. That's a 40.82. What is that? Feet. Circumference is in feet. 40.882. All right. Yeah, 40.82. Let's see. So we're done with that one. Leave it like that. That's the last. Listen, please, thanks for coming. Subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. Leave comments or questions under the video. I will get to it. I really appreciate you taking your time to listen to me. We'll continue where we stop. I have more linear equations application in one variable. I got tons of it. So we may do 2 or 3 more parts on this linear equation in one variable, okay, before we go to linear equation in 2 variables. All right, thanks for coming. I'll see you in the next video.